I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 76 of Road to Shimanami, and today I am back from the full marathon. And well, there were a lot of scenarios that I expected, but it wasn't this one. So I didn't really know if I was going to finish fast or slow, but it didn't even cross my mind that potentially I would not finish. And that's exactly what happened. I did not finish. So what happened? Well, somewhere along the way, I found out that I had gone the wrong way and I had gone on the course of 14 kilometers instead of the 42. And I noticed this 4 kilometers after basically the splitting point. No big deal, right? Because guess what? After you finish, you can still, do some extra kilometers and get to those 42. And well, you don't get the finish medal, but at least you get a full marathon. And that's exactly what I was planning. However, yeah, my gut, my stomach had some different ideas. So at around 30 kilometers, I got to the finish line, and well, I didn't stop there. I headed straight for the toilet, and imagine the biggest waterfall you've ever seen in your life. But now imagine it twice as impressive, and now imagine that it's just brown, right? That's exactly what happened on the toilet. And so, after that momentarily stop, of course, I kept counting the time because, well, guess what? It's included in the time it took me to finish, right? But anyway, yeah, I headed back out, and there was like this long road in front of the event, and so I started running that road and going back and forth and this and that. And basically, yeah, after a few kilometers, I think at around kilometer 34, I had to start walking because, yeah, the cramps were coming back. I took another stop at the toilet, but yeah, I decided to call it quits there. So, well, the reason doesn't really matter. The bottom line is I didn't finish. It's insanely frustrating. Like, it's 35 kilometers. I have to do more than half still, or it's not even halfway of the Shimanami cycling road. So am I worried for that? Yes. But yeah, is it frustrating? Yes. But I guess from here, I mean, I think I did the running that I could do in this short period of time. I think today I did what I could have done, at least to a smart point, because well, I can keep running with diarrhea, but I don't think it will have benefited me. So from here, what's gonna happen is, well, a deload. I'm gonna start running 5 kilometers every day. Try my best to recover for in 2 weeks to hit the Shimanami cycling road. Do I think I will finish it? I have no single clue because well, it can end quite quickly. One moment you feel fine, the other moment you feel shit pushing at your at your ass. I will not go into too much detail, but yeah, you might notice that I'm frustrated. But yeah, I'm gonna head to Japan in a couple days on Wednesday. I will keep training every day. I will keep running every day. I will do everything in my power to recover. And well, then it's just a challenging time. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed, but perhaps that's the way it should be. So for today, well, guess what? We're not done yet. I like to train every day. I like to run every day, but the training part has not been completed yet. I'm gonna keep it at a very easy training today. I'm just gonna see and do, or I'm just gonna do 100 push-ups. That's gonna be the menu for today. But this is very important, because guess what? If you're struggling with consistency, the easiest way, in my opinion, to stay consistent is to just give yourself no excuse, no way out. And that might sound weird coming from a guy who just did not finish his marathon. But when it comes to, consistency and, keeping up your training or whatever you're aiming for, keeping up your diet, the easiest way to do it is to give yourself no way out and to do something every day. Because guess what? Even though I failed the marathon today, even though my body is tired, even though I'm getting sore and more sore, my body is starting to cramp up from the 35 kilometers that I did do, right? There is still something I can do. And if you can convince yourself every day that there is something you can do, well, guess what? Then it's gonna be easier to focus on what is still possible for you instead of well what you are not able to do. So yeah, again, sounds maybe weird from a guy who just didn't finish his marathon. God fucking damn it. I would have liked to finish it comfortably. That was my goal, but yeah, you win some, you lose some. So, like I mentioned, 100 push ups now, and then it's road to recovery for the big one in 2 weeks.